Wow, look at that. There is a strategy that only takes about 5 seconds. There's no indicators and it's extremely profitable. And I'm going to share it with you guys right on this video. Now for the chart settings, what you're going to want to do is come right over here and set the chart type to regular candles. And then for the time frame, you're going to want to use 30 seconds. Now over here on the expiry, you're going to choose 5 seconds, okay? Because you're going to be getting in and out of the market really quickly. Now, this is a time and tested strategy. It's proven to work. We have many members inside of our private VIP Telegram group that are finding huge success with this. So I wanted to share it with you today. Now, let's go ahead and I'll find a setup or a situation that's going to explain and show you exactly what we are going to do. And here's one right here. All you're looking for is a strong red or green candle moving up or down. Okay, it doesn't have to be an overall trend or anything like that. It just needs to have a strong red or green candle. Okay, that's all you're looking for. And then you're going to wait till the next candle appears. You're going to wait for that 30-second candle to close, and then you will keep an eye on the next 30 candle that prints after that. So really straightforward, guys. It's just really simple. Let's just go ahead and look for some kind of example here. So here we go. So we've got this green candle, which has a pretty decent sized body. It's going to close in 1 more second. There's the next candle. Now, if you look closely, this candle is going to count down from 30 down to 25. Now, at the 25 mark, after the first 5 seconds of that 30-second candle, the candle was red. So in this case, I will enter in the same direction of that red candle. So in this case, it would be a sell. Now, in the first 5 seconds of this new 30-second candle, if this were to be green, then I would enter a buy. Okay? So the first 5 seconds, guys, is really important. At the 25-second mark of that new candle, whichever color that it is, that is the direction that you're going to trade with. All right. Now, before we start trading, we want to make sure that we have the trade manager set up correctly. This is a highly advanced trade manager with mathematical calculations that allows you to win even if you have losses. Even if you have multiple losses, consecutive losses in a row, you can still come out in profit. Now, so what I will do, I've got $500 up here in my real account inside of Pocket Option. I will go ahead and make sure that the initial capital is set to 500 and the trade amount is going to be 181. So you can see what's happening here. The trade manager gives you the exact trade amounts that you need to enter. So there's no guesswork wondering like, oh, should I use $5 or $10 or something like that? No, not at all. This is a compounding system. Each session that you win with the trade manager compounds your account. And so the first trade amount is going to be 181, and I've already got this entered in over here on Pocket Option already. So I'm pretty much all set to go. Now let's go ahead and let's look for our very first setup for the very first trade. So I would just go ahead and browse through. I can wait on this chart if I want to, but just to speed things up a little bit, I will use the keyboard shortcuts on the keyboard to browse through the different assets that I've added up here inside a Pocket Option. Also, another thing that we may want to take a look at, I've noticed a lot of these assets have already dropped down to 88%. I like to keep my assets above 90%. So I will go ahead and add some new ones here just to fill the top of the interface. There we go. Nice and pretty. And so let's go ahead and look for the very first trade. Okay, so this looks pretty decent here. It looks like it's breaking up to the upside. And we've already had a 30-second candle that has printed on the chart. So at this moment, what I would do is I would wait for the next candle, the next 30-second candle to appear, and I will enter the trade depending on the performance of that candle, on what it's doing. So we've got 4 more seconds to go. Let's go ahead and wait this out. Again, it's going to be either a buy or a sell 28, 27, 26, 25, and I will go ahead and sell. That was a little bit risky, guys, because it looked like it was flipping back and forth, and sure enough, that was a loss. Now, what happens if you have a loss? What I'm going to do is come over here and mark this first trade that I've just taken as a loss, and the trade manager will give me the amount for the next trade, which is 341. So back over here in Pocket Option, let's go ahead and put in 341. Great. Let's go ahead and look for another setup. Okay, I like this right here. Let's go ahead and count down 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, and then I will enter right at that 25 mark. Now it looks like this is pretty healthy going in one direction, and so that closed in a win. So what I'll do is come over here and mark this as a win. The next trade amount is under $1, and since we can't trade with less than $1 inside a Pocket Option, I will go ahead and consider this session completed. And so I can add another session completed over with this session counter. I will come over to Pocket Option and look at the new balance, 501.33. This also prevents you from over trading, and this is a big problem that we have right now. A lot of you have reached out to me on Telegram. You've been blowing your accounts. Your trade amounts are too high. You think if you have $100, you're supposed to be trading with $10 or $20 per trade. And guys, it's just too much. And so if you want to do this right, you've got to go for the long term. And the only way to do that is to compound your account over time. And that's exactly what a lot of our members do. Here's the membership website where you can get the trade manager. And we've got, so many hours of videos with strategies. And a lot of these strategies we don't even show on the YouTube channel. I don't even make videos with some of these strategies. But if you look down here, you can see the power of compounding on how some of our members were never profitable until now. If you look at the trade history, you can see some screenshots here. And these are just loads of different results and screenshots of our members seeing consistent results. It's just an upward trend with their trading history inside a Pocket Option. And so it's really powerful. I would highly recommend you guys to go over there and check it out. Even if you just want to see the screenshots or the testimonials, they're just incredible. I'll leave a link down below in the description of this video. But let's go ahead and look for another setup. Now we've won that trade. We have a new initial capital. And so the next trade amount is going to be 182. So instead of 181, it's going to be 182. It's not a whole lot, guys, but it's compounding, even at 1 cent or 2 cents. The larger your initial capital is, the larger the trade amounts are going to be. So they don't stay the same. This is something that's compounding. Let's go ahead and look for the next candle. What's it going to be? Something that we can keep our eye on. Not a whole lot of movement right now. It's pretty early in the morning, so I'm using OTC, and I typically just trade whenever I want. One of the great things about OTC. We got one more second for that 30-second candle to appear. There we go. 28, 27, 26, 25. I'm not really feeling it, guys. It doesn't look like it has a lot of power. Probably would have resulted in a win, of course. But we can always look back in hindsight. But that's just not how I like to trade. If I'm really not feeling that those candles are going to really push in one direction or the other, then I will go ahead and stay out. But this next candle looks much better. We've got one more second. Okay, so here's the next 30-second candle, 28, 27, 26, 25. I like that. And that's going to give us another 2 seconds to go. And we got a win. Back over here on the trade manager, we can mark this as a win, although we don't have to mark it as a win because the next trade amount is less than $1. We have completed another session. And let's go ahead and reset this by clicking on the reset button. And let's check out our new balance inside a Pocket Option, which is 502.95. So I would just go ahead and put that in right here, 502.95. And you can see this slowly growing over time. And one of the cool things about the Trade Manager, you can also see daily goals. And you can set a daily goal. So let's just say that you want to make, I don't know, maybe $25 a day, right? You've got 500 bucks just like I do. You want to make $25 a day. I mean, how much is that going to be a month? A lot of you guys already know the answer to this. If I come over here and put in 25 and times that by about 30 days, that's about 750 bucks a month. I mean, that'll take care of a couple cell phone bills, maybe a car payment. That's not, that's nothing to laugh at. I mean, that's a lot of extra cash that a lot of people don't have. And if you approach this in a very simple way and not get too greedy, right? It's definitely something that you're not going to want to do. You want to approach this in a very conservative way with conservative settings, just like the settings that I have here, which means that I must only win 2 out of 11 trades. So yes, that means I must have an 18% win rate or higher to stay profitable. And across the board inside of Pocket Option, the average win rate is around 50%. So to set a daily goal, I could come over here where it says profit target. I could enter in whatever that amount will be. So $25 or $20 or whatever you want to make. And then if you look down here at the sessions required, it tells you how many sessions that you have to do. And it also shows you your total account growth after those 12 sessions have been completed. So it looks like almost 5% account growth. So really powerful, guys. Let's come over here, and I've already entered in the new balance. And so the next trade amount is going to be 182, and I've already got that entered in over here. So I'm ready to take another trade. And let's do a couple more here while you guys are still here with me. I appreciate you hanging out and watching this video all the way through. So that's awesome. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a dump here. 25, kind of missed that a little bit there. We were a little bit late, but let's just go ahead and hang out and wait for the next 30-second candle to appear. We've got about 13 seconds to go. Ooh, nice pullback there. That's a little scary. But it looks like we're going to go ahead and wait this 4 more seconds, but I may just switch the chart because I don't know if I like this too much. Okay, so this looks interesting right here. We've got about 6 more seconds, 5 more seconds to go. It was a pretty good, decent sized candle. Here's the new candle, the new 30-second, 28, 27, 26, 25. I'm not feeling really great about it, guys. And sure enough, that's going to be a loss for me. So I will come over to the trade manager. And so if you do have a loss or a win, whichever it is, you come over here, you can select either W or L. In this case, I will select an L. And as soon as you do that, the trade manager will give you the trade amount for the next trade, which is going to be 343. And 343. Make sure you guys get that little decimal point in there. We've had a lot of members want to enter $3, but they've entered in $300. Okay, that is a huge accident, and that can be devastating. It can really just wipe out a lot of the earnings that you've made. So right next to the price, make sure you have the trade amount limit switch turned on right here and set your limit. I have mine around 50 bucks just in case something happens. I mess up. I don't have that decimal point. Definitely don't want something like that to happen, but it does happen all the time. And a lot of folks don't even know about that little switch right there. So let's go ahead and look for another trade that we can take today using this strategy. This one looks pretty good right here. We've got about 9 more seconds to go before the next 30-second candle appears. And so we're just going to go ahead and wait this out. There it is, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. And that was still green. And we did get a little flip there, guys. We got a little loss on that one. Let's go ahead and mark this trade slot number 2 as a loss. Next trade amount is 636. And I'm just going to mark this. There we go. So 636, let's go ahead and look for a nice new fresh candle. Something that's got some movement to it. Looks like all the OTC pairs are paying out 92%, which looks good. We got about 4 more seconds to go before that new 30-second candle. There we go. Let's count down. 28, 27, 26, 25. It's showing red. Still red, but we're not on the clear yet. But we did have that as a win back over here, let's mark this as a win. Now the next trade amount is 153. Now remember guys, we must win 2 out of 11 trades to make this profitable. Not too hard. I know you guys can do it. I do this every day on my YouTube channel. This is just like a sweet spot for me. I like to have 2 out of 11. That just works for me. Some of you guys are a little crazy inside of the group. You like to do like 4 out of 11. You can do that. It's going to put some higher risk. But so just be careful when you're setting these options here. For me, I'm going slow and steady. So 153 back over here. Let's go ahead and enter that in. And it's just low stress. I don't have to worry about making up for losses or trying to recoup something or going down this rabbit hole. And I think for most people, what happens is you have your balance just never grows. It just either stays the same or it just keeps going down over time. And you guys might be familiar with that. And so that's just not the case. That's not what we see with our members that use the trade manager. We've got those consistent results. That's what it's all about, consistent growth. This one looks pretty good, actually. We got about 3 more seconds to go. So here's the new candle. The first 5 seconds, guys, 27, 26, 25. It's a little risky because it looked a little weak. 1 more second, and we have won this session. Over here on the trade manager. So what was that? That was about 50-50, right? So we've won 2, lost 2. If we didn't have the trade manager, and I've lost track of how many sessions I do, even with the session counter, I still lose track, for those of you that are wondering. But if we didn't have the trade manager, we would have had to have 3 consecutive wins in a row. But with the trade manager, you could have multiple losses. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you have, as long as you have 2 out of 11 that you have won, then this session is profitable, okay? And so you can see, even though we've had some losses here, we're still in profit up here on Pocket Options. So instead of $500, we're now at almost $505, okay? In just whatever short a time that we have. And you can see how easy it is to get up to that, $10 or $15 or $20 a day, whatever that is. An extra $20 a day times 30 days, $600. That'll take care of a lot of things. That's, as long as you guys control your emotions and, stick to your plan. And speaking of trading plans, we've got several members right now, over 800 active members inside of the group that are sticking to their trading plans. Here's one right here that has turned $400 into over $2,000 in profit in 30 days. We have members doing 4 figures a day. We still have members doing that. It's just ongoing. We've got this lady here. She says she's an old lady. Made $580 in the last 3 days. We have another member here, compounding, has turned $20 into $250. Just incredible. We have some bigger high rollers. So if you're wondering if this works for larger accounts, the answer is yes, it does. We have members earning high 5 figures, 4 figures with this. So everything is right here. A recent testimonial by one of our members, really incredible strategy. He has posted the strategy inside of the group. We have a lot of private strategies that are not public. But this one, 24 wins and only 3 losses. This guy is just killing it, and he shows exactly what he's doing, but it's inside of the private group. Here's some more compounding right here. You can see he says, "Can anyone tell me when I started using the trade manager? This thing is fire." So he's been using the trade manager for a while, and you can see some of that consistent growth and those consistent profits that I've been talking about. We've got another member here that has earned, oh wow, so in one day they've earned over $3,000. They just had an awesome day. 70% win rate, awesome, good for you. And we also have several members that are withdrawing these profits. I mean, because what good is it if you're just you're making all this money inside a Pocket Option, but guys, withdraw your profits. I mean, if you have a goal, let's say you want to make an extra 100 or 200 bucks a day, whatever it is, when you get to that point, don't just leave it all in Pocket Option. Hit the withdraw button. Use crypto. It's actually fairly fast. A lot of our members have found it pretty quick to withdraw their funds. Just like this person says right here, wow, Pocket Option withdrawals are quicker than expected. There you go. So there's an example right there. So check it out, guys. I'll leave a link for this down below in the description of the video. You also get the Trade Manager, of course. You guys can trade on your own terms. You can travel. You can take a laptop or a phone with you and do this that way if you want to. It's just, the sky's the limit. So I wish you the best of success. Try out this strategy. I think it's one of our most powerful strategies. And I have a video inside of the private members area, which goes into a little bit more detail on how this strategy works. So make sure to watch that video. If you guys want to hone in and get a little bit better at this, I've got tons of videos inside of the members area that you guys can watch. Okay. Wish you all the best of success. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.